I have Connor next to me just in case. Good morning, Mayor de Blasio, Police Commissioner O'Neill, City Council President Melissa Viorito, thank you so much. And our dear, dear family and friends, thank you all so much for being with Connor and I again today to celebrate Steven's life and this tremendous, tremendous honor being bestowed upon Steven. 1986 does not seem so long ago, yet when I look around this beautiful city, I realize how far we all have come. It was a long and difficult road that our family traveled for the past 30.5 years. However, Steven, Connor, and I would not have been able to do it without the unconditional love and loyal support received from all of you. Steven was so proud to be a member of this department. From his rookie days assigned to the Lower East Side's 9th Precinct, Steven truly believed in his calling to protect and serve others. He was honored to follow in the footsteps of his grandfather, father, and uncle. There was no other place Steven wanted to be. When he put on that blue uniform and shield, you could see that this was his calling from God. Funny enough, when Steven was finished with his rookie assignment of NSU, he asked to be sent to Brooklyn or the Bronx. But instead, he found himself here, as Steven called it, his quotes, the oasis of the city, Central Park. Quickly, he met lifelong friends that he grew to love dearly. And I see so many of you here this morning. Thank you. Too many of you to name. Steven found his new assignment even more rewarding. He truly felt he was sent to do God's work. Weeks before he was shot by a young 15-year-old youth, Steven came home and told me a story about how he brought a young boy back to his family's apartment after this boy found himself in trouble. I'll never forget this night. Steven gave his own personal phone number to the boy, and a lot of you here that know Steven, that was Steven, and his family, just in case Steven could be of any help or guiding influence. And also, on a side note, we lived in a one-bedroom apartment, and I remember him saying, and a lot of family know this, "You don't know how lucky we are." And I'm looking around the apartment, no furniture, because we had just been married. I'm like, okay, I guess we're lucky. All he wanted to do was help people realize the love that we all had to share. Even then, before his life, our life was changed forever. As a wife of a cop, you learn quickly to deal with sudden changes in your daily plans. You quickly adapt to keep the family strong and focused. However, sometimes you cannot plan for everything. July 12th of 1986 will live with me forever. It began as a normal day. I was visiting my oldest sister, Julie, in the suburbs of Philadelphia. I was able to talk to Steven right before he left for his shift and tell him that I loved him. Then it all changed within an hour. I was taken by car by the Pennsylvania State Troopers, then by the New Jersey State Troopers. As I inched closer to Manhattan, I realized my life was changing. When I saw Steven lying on the gurney in the emergency room of Bellevue Hospital, I knew our life would never be the same. There have been many ups and downs since the car ride from my sisters to Bellevue. But I can tell you one thing. When all hope seems lost, when the darkness seems to swallow the light, there is always that one last thing, and that is our love for one another. Stephen and I are a true testament to that. When we were told by doctors that Stephen would never walk again, all hope seemed lost. Yet, it was the love of this great city and country that gave Stephen and I the strength to overcome the obstacles that we thought were impossible to overcome. I know that Stephen would tell you how honored he is for this great recognition. Stephen loved this precinct, even after being shot, as most of you know that are here, and as the commissioner just mentioned. He would love to come back and drive around. He would love to imagine being back on patrol with his brothers and sisters in blue. He would love to watch the people of the city running, skating, and biking around the park and enjoying themselves. The smiles being made while everyone relished in the safety and beauty of Central Park was Stephen's confirmation that his sacrifice was well worth it. Stephen knew how lucky the three of us were to have each other for as long as we did. We were very blessed. He was a survivor of the 80s, where crime and violence unfortunately defined the city. Stephen would always remind Connor of the other line of duty families who wept for their loved ones who were lost during the vicious years of the 80s. Stephen made sure that we, as a family, would never, never forget their sacrifice, and we never will. In closing, I want to thank all of you. There are many, many special people who have come and gone, and Stephen, Connor, and I are so lucky that we had all of you in our lives. Our story is your story. When the odds are stacked against you, never give up. In times where bitterness and division can destroy communities, do not let anger destroy your heart. We all come from different walks of life with different points of views. Yet, as Stephen told Connor and I countless times, never ever forget, love is the way and the truth. Thank you so much, everyone. God bless.